My brothers, wallahi, it is sad that you know football players and you know actors and you know people, la khayra fihim, there's no khayr in them. You know them, but you do not know these great Imams. Study them and their lives and make dua for them and what they did for this deen. They defended this deen so that it comes to you today, clean, pure, preserved, protected. Bukhari and Abu Dawood and Tirmidhi and Ibn Majah and all of those. Ashabu Rasulillah, Nabiullah Muhammad. That on Friday you just sit there in the masjid and you say, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad, and you send salutation on him, salawatullahi wa salamu alayhi, because of the deen that he brought for us. Without him and him conveying this message of Islam to us, we would not have known right from wrong. And if his students were not, his companions, which were his students, if they never passed it on to their students and their students did not pass it to their students, we wouldn't have got this. So this is what we need to remember. Those people, may Allah preserve, may Allah honor them and raise them with the Prophet ﷺ. May Allah give them high stations. They memorize millions of hadith. Yani today, the Google search that you do when you want to look up a hadith, that was Yahya ibn Ma'in back then. That was Ahmad ibn Hanbal back then. That was Imam al-Bukhari back then. That was an Imam Abi Dawood and Tirmidhi and Nasa'i and Ibn Majah and Abu Dawood al-Tayalisi and the likes of these great scholars. And al-Shafi'i, they had that all in their heads. You would ask them a hadith, they will tell you straight away. Yani brothers, Ahmad and Yahya ibn Ma'in and Ibn Abi Hatim al-Razi and Abu Zur'at al-Razi, they would say, this man has 2,000 ahadiths and he done only 7 mistakes in it. Whoa. He has this much ahadith and he did 2 lafz, the 2 letters he did a mistake in it. Isti'ab, the ability to know, that's encyclopedia. That's a computer. That's what they were back then. They documented and recorded all of that information for us. Does that make sense, brothers? And they passed it on. And they gave it. Abu Hatim al-Razi said, we used to travel and we used to go to different lands to collect hadith until our urine turned into blood. Because of the heat, the sun, it burnt us. We urinated blood. That was in a story that was mentioned that one of the days they had a lesson and they thought it got cancelled, and then they never ate for days. And finally they got a fish. And then they were told that the lesson is on. When they got the fish and they caught it, they went to the lesson and they ate the fish later. You know, a fish that's been out there for too long. They had to eat it. State of necessity. That's how these A'immah. وَلِذَلِكَ one time I showed a group of students the map of Imam Bukhari's travels. I showed them, I said, look, these were the distance that he cut. Wallahi, brothers, desert, walking in there. Heat, hot, burning. A lot has been done for this religion. A lot has been done for this deen. So learn these people, appreciate their life and their legacy and what they left behind. And tell your children about them. هَؤُلَاءِ آبَاؤُنَا, these are our forefathers, these are our role models, these are the people that we had in history. They were the ones who defended this deen from everything. Ibn Abdul Barr mentions in his Kitab al-Tamheed, he said, قُلْتُ لِبْنِ Mubarak, I said to Abdullah ibn Mubarak, are you not scared that an innovator might come and he'll add to this deen what is not part of it, and he'll play around with this deen? Are you not worried this deen is going to be distorted and played around with? He said, Wallahi la akhsha, I do not fear, I'm not scared. The big scholars of hadith, the mountains of scholars of hadith will live. Abdul Karim ibn Awjan was one of the Zanadiqah who made up a hadith and he lied. And when he was on his final court hearing and the court sentenced him to death, he said, I don't care, you guys can kill me if you want. I've made up these much narrations, hadiths, I fabricated it. You guys are going to have a very hard time doing it. It was said to him, Ikhsa, destruction be upon you, don't worry. There are great Imams who live for this. Ismail ibn Ulayya and Abdullah ibn Mubarak and Abdur Rahman ibn Mahdi, Yazid ibn Harun and Ahmed, and these mountains are going to live for this. They're going to look at it like that and just sift through all those narrations. It will take them a few days. Ayyam ma'dudat. And they will sift through those narrations and bring it back to what is authentic and what isn't.